Good afternoon, welcome to Viking Preparedness. I am Pastor Joe Fox, and today I want to talk about helmets. Stand by. Hey y'all, want to talk about helmets today. For you to consider, is there a place in your kit for a helmet? You know, men have been wearing helmets about as long as men have been fighting each other. This is a target, you know, pow! Swords, axes, sticks, rocks, whatever. And so men designed helmets. Back in the Viking days, they wore a helmet kind of like this one. This is steel. It's riveted together. This one has a nose guard. This is just a decorative reproduction, right? Look at the inside. There's nothing in there. Can you see that? How do I get the sun in there? There's nothing in here. So to wear this, if you just put this on your head like this and it's sized big so it would float around on your head, and somebody hit it with something like a hard metal object, it would rock your world. It would ring your bell. And so they would wear padding, whether that was a thick bandana around and around and something on the top of their head or whatever. And so this is designed to accommodate that padding. But the helmet itself, nothing. And so, you know, if you took a glancing blow, it would turn this thing sideways on your face and it would be terrible. But it's better than nothing. And so this was kind of like an early version of a helmet. When I first joined the Army, we had World War II helmets, basically. They were called steel pots. And it was a steel helmet, and it had a camouflage cover over it that we'd tuck up in it, and then like this carbon... wasn't carbon fiber. It's like fiberboard, like hard cardboard, you know, stabilized cardboard liner that would fit up in it. And that liner looked a lot like this on the inside. Really did. And that would stabilize it on your head and kind of hold it there and protect it. And it was designed to protect your head against shrapnel, against... rocks being blown up, some bumps, you know, if you bump into something like that or you fall down and go boom. And as far as that went, it was good. It was not, however, bulletproof. You know, you could shoot a rifle at it, it'd go right through it. You could shoot a pistol at most of them, it'd go right through it. And so there, it was what it was. It was hot. You couldn't really hear that great when you had it on, but one cool thing about it, and when you were in the field, you could take the liner out of it, you could put hot water in it, and it was a steel pot, and then you could like shave with that hot water, like a little sink. We used to do that a lot. But the Army grew, we got better, and we came out with, and so did the Marine Corps, the Kevlar, right? This is made out of Kevlar. It's a bulletproof to a certain degree. I saw one in a... museum, I think at Fort Bragg from Grenada, that has an AK-47 round lodged in it. Pow! Like that. Did not go through. I would not have wanted to be wearing the helmet when that happened, especially with this kind of padding. You know, it's like not much of an improvement over World War II. But this helmet came out. It's heavier than the steel pot. They designed it this way. It looks like a German World War II helmet, right? They designed it this way to come down lower to protect your ears and jugular and things like that. There's this little lip here. As we found out over time, it seemed like a good idea at the time, but it really wasn't. When I was in Special Forces, we had this helmet back in the dim ages. And the only time we ever wore it was when we were parachuting out of airplanes. As soon as we hit the ground, we would take this helmet and throw it in the bag with our parachute, and we'd put on soft caps. Because no, Green Berets don't wear Green Berets in the field. But we would wear soft caps, and this we wouldn't use. We go to the range, we wouldn't wear this. Poor, you know, other soldiers had to always wear their helmets on the range. We didn't. And so we didn't wear this very much, and it was uncomfortable. But then... and this was, again, before the Afghan war, when money came flowing from the sky and equipment came with it for our special operators. We went out and we got these. And this is a ProTech, like skateboarding, mountain bike, whitewater rafting type helmet. And we bought these, and we would wear these when we were running through buildings. It's called a bump helmet. Matter of fact, they make helmets today called bump helmets. This is where they come from, right? From what we used to do. And it has minimal padding, but it's decent. It's super light. You know, it doesn't weigh anything like a Kevlar. And it would protect our head from bombs if we're running through the, you know, inside of ships. It's all metal in the ship, and it's narrow and things like that. Or if you fall down, you know, if you're rappelling or jumping off a building or something, and this would protect your head for no weight, right? And we weren't really worried about, in those days, didn't wear body armor a whole lot. We didn't really worry about getting shot in the head, but we wanted to protect it from owies. Now, why is there tape on the top? What do you think? The top is full of holes just like these to let hot air out, you know, so you're cool while you're wearing your helmet. But the problem is, when you're shooting and your buddies are shooting around you, brass goes flying through the air, and if a piece of brass goes in a hole like this, doink, it starts burning the top of your head. Ow, ow, ow! And you can't get it out. And so you kind of learn the hard way to put tape on it. And so yeah, and now I just use it when I'm mountain biking, which I haven't done for a while. But this is what we used to use as bump helmets. Then the Army got smarter, things evolved, and they went to this, the Advanced Combat Helmet, the ACH. This one's brand new. They improved some things. You'll notice they changed the shape. They basically cut down a Kevlar. They lowered or raised the ears, you know, they opened up the ears a little bit. They cut off the lip right here in the front, because just that little lip prevents you from seeing up there as easy, and real battle is three-dimensional, the battle space, so you got to be able to look everywhere. And so they cut that off, and they made it, it's about as heavy. It's a pretty heavy helmet, made out of Kevlar, but they improved the suspension system a lot, and the padding in it. Like I said, this is basically World War II technology. This is getting into late 20th, early 21st century technology for padding. It also has the ability, because if you notice, how can I do that there? See, there's no pads right here or on the other side. You can wear a headset, many kinds of headset. You can wear just on your head and then put the helmet on, and it'll fit over top of it, and even with these here, it'll fit. Some won't fit up underneath this, but a lot do, and so that makes it good. You can plug into your comms and things like that, or just wear hearing protection with your helmet. And so this is called the ACH. And still, we progress even more. Notice how the helmets are getting more minimalistic. This particular one is made by Veterans Manufacturing. Notice the ear things are gone. They're really not that necessary compared to what you get. The trade-offs, there's always a trade-off. This one, don't you love the color? Comes in lots of colors. Comes in black, green, tan, and red for first responders, EMT, things like that. How is this one different from that one? This is NIG 3 Alpha, right? You know, it's bulletproof. It'll protect from fragments and all that stuff. But notice some things. It has these rails right here and right here, to which one can mount all kinds of interesting things, whether that be lights or your GoPro if you want to mount it on the side. This is designed for the PVS 14 mount, night vision mount that you can wear on here. You can also mount a GoPro on here if you want, so you can film what you're doing. NIJ 3 Alpha, I said that. Oh, Velcro. Why is the Velcro there? So you can stick cool things on there. We used to have, and actually, we had helmets like this that we did it to. We'd put Velcro on the top, and we'd put these little fireflies, like a 9-volt infrared blinking light that you put on so the good guys up in space could see us and, you know, not shoot us. This suspension system is, you thought this was better than this? This takes it to another level. It has padding within padding, and it's gorgeous and beautiful. And this, if you wear a hard hat, you recognize this. You can adjust it just like you want it on the back. Very secure on the head because of the padding, the lightweight, and the suspension. It doesn't feel like you're wearing a helmet. It's amazing, and yet you have bulletproof protection on your head. I may talk about this helmet in another video specifically, and why I got it and what I use it for, and that kind of thing. But for right now, that's one of your options. Now, there's a helmet out there that looks like this. Looks very similar. You can find it. It's what the cool guys buy, man. Guess what? This one's better, in my opinion, and half the price. Oh yeah. This one is made out of what? Twaron and what's Kevlar called? Amarid? Something like that. And so when this one gets hit with bullets, there's a thing called backface deforming, right? Where you hit it here and it doesn't go through, but it makes a big bump on the inside. This one does that a whole lot less than the competitor. Oh yeah, because the competitor's made out of something different. This one doesn't have the backface deformation of the other one. And like I said, this one does everything it does and more for half the price. So there you go. Made in America by Americans, veterans, go team! So helmets. Right now you're thinking, I don't need a helmet, PJ. No, you probably don't right now unless you're in a specific job. Unless you live in like Chicago, right? You don't really worry about getting shot driving to or coming from work. But do you think that this country's just going to go along like it is? Or do you think that riots are going to get worse and people are going to get angrier and things are going to get harder? You may have a place in your preparations for you and yours for helmets. Think about that. Think about what you want. Think about what you want it for, and then start considering your options. Because when everybody figures that out, they won't be available at any price, and if you can get it, it'll be $1 bazillion. Like everything else. Think ahead. Be smarter than the other guy. All right. Stay safe. I'll see you out there.